Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my ePortfolio tour guide. I'm your host, Dale, and the creator of this ePortfolio. The purpose of this tour guide is to give you a visual and verbal tour explanation of my ePortfolio. During this tour, I will talk about the navigation of the site, why I organized the site the way it is, and I also will talk about some of my decisions that went into making this ePortfolio. So I hope that you enjoy my ePortfolio as well as this visual and verbal tour guide. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you were watching the video tour guide, you would have first come across this page when entering my site. This is the splash page, the home page to my site. Let's take the time to discuss the navigation of the site as well as some decisions that went into making of this site. Let's start off by taking a look at the primary navigational bar. The primary navigational bar allows you to navigate between the main categories of this EP, which are Introduction, Guided Tour, the Riding Season, Season Reflection, Rubric, and Resources. Underneath the primary navigational bar, at times you will find a secondary navigational bar, which will allow you to navigate within the primary category. Now, specifically within the riding season category, you will find a tertiary navigational bar on the left-hand side. The tertiary navigational bar will allow you to navigate within the secondary categories of the riding season. Now let's take a look down here. Over here you will find a picture of two bikes. Clicking on the picture will expand the picture. Clicking on the picture again will cause it to reduce. I decided to select mountain biking as the major theme, as a central theme, the central metaphor to my EP, as I feel as mountain biking, which has been a passion of mine for the past 18 years, was easy to reflect on and compare to my MET learning journey for the purpose of showing my audience of professors, fellow MET students, colleagues, family, and friends my growth in learning and understanding of course concepts such as learning theory and different research that I did during this program. Now if we come up here and click on About the Author, it will take us to the About the Author page, which is a page talking about who I am and why I took this program. And then the last page within this category is MET Course Timeline. MET Course Timeline indicates when I took the course, highlights of that course, and there is a link to the actual course description, which leads you to the MET course description website. Now going to the guided tour, well, it takes you to this page that you're on right now, as well as a site map. Click on the site map to expand it to give you a better view, and it'll help you navigate through the website. And you can see right here the category riding season, this one right there, is the meat of this website. So let's click on the riding season. Upon writing course reflections, I identified 4 major themes that I went through in my growth during the MET experience. And these were selecting the right line, which corresponds to learning how to design learning environments, which I broke into the start of the season, so the first few courses, the middle of the season, and the end of the season. The second theme was understanding how I ride, which corresponds to understanding how people learn, understanding how I teach, and understand my philosophies of education and how that can affect my teaching. Next category was keep old or buy new bike, which correlates with keeping old methods of teaching with technology or having to find new methods. The last subcategory is new trails. Within this section, I highlight different technology or theories that had the largest impact on my journey through the MET program. So taking a look at the start of the season, just as reference for the organization of the website, you can see right here we have continued with our tertiary navigation bar. We have text, which is reflections on my start of season designing learning environments. And then over here on the right hand side, we have links to the actual artifacts. Within the text, you'll see artifact links, which will take you to a Google Doc view of the artifact. If I click over here on Artifact 2, it'll open up a PDF. So you must have PDF Viewer to be able to download these documents. The reason why I organized my website for artifacts in this manner, make them stand out, so somebody does not actually have to read the text to be able to download them. In the cases of the Blackboard and the Moodle, the viewer would have to read the text to be able to log on to those learning environments. Secondary thing I want to mention is the abundance of artifacts. I decided to highlight multiple artifacts within my MET program because I believe that each artifact highlights my growth. Moreover, I decided to select a lot of artifacts because I want this EP to be available to my colleagues to see various ways that they can incorporate education and technology into their learning. The next category we'll talk about is season reflections. The season reflection page was created to allow myself to identify and relay to you, the viewer, how I felt at the start of the program, as well as how I felt upon completing the EP course, ETC 590, where within this section I talk about the various methods the professor used to teach us how to create an EP. I talk about how peer evaluation affected my EP. I discuss what I learned from creating the EP. I further discuss personal thoughts, new opportunities, and then I thank people for being there and helping me through my MET journey. The next category we're going to click on or go to is the rubric. Clicking on the rubric will expand it. The purpose of the rubric is to help you, the viewer, identify whether or not my ePortfolio meets the category criteria. The last category I want to highlight is the resource page. Here I have listed media resources used to create EP and articles that have had great impact on my understanding of education technology. If you're at all interested in learning more, please find the articles and download to have a read. Overall, the creation of this EP has helped me obtain a deeper understanding of my MET journey. I have a deeper understanding of the theory learned, as well as different technologies and research that I have learned about. EPs are a great method of showcasing what has been learned because you have the ability to read what the person has thought, as well as be able to download the actual artifact. Thank you for watching my tour. I hope you enjoy my EP and have a great day.